So YouTube has a lot of duos, and one of the most recognizable duos is Zach and Jay. And today I have the pleasure of interviewing Jay. So Jay, tell us about yourself.
Wow, where do I start? Yeah, professionally, I run a YouTube channel with my good friend Zach Alsop. We mess around on the internet. We're kind of born out of the philosophy that we believe that we're living in the best time in the world to be alive, to create impact for yourself or for others. And we try and show that on a platform that has only existed for like 15 years and live a great life and the best life that we can imagine online so other people can do it too.
Yes. So you mentioned that you do videos with your friend Zach. You probably answered this question so many times, but how did you meet Zach?
So we met at university. We were both studying an entrepreneurship degree, and yeah, we met quite a lot of weird people throughout that degree, all chucked into one space to set up and run different businesses as part of the degree program. So yeah, it was university.
Okay. So Zach had a previous channel before that you tweeted one video together, I'm pretty sure. Why did you decide to like not continue doing it with him and then later actually like do it again, if that makes sense?
Yeah, so me and Zach, we both had the idea of sneaking into places online, and but at the time I was running a business that was quite a corporate business. I was selling software to universities that would predict which students were likely to drop out based on all the data that they had on them. So it was quite sensitive stuff. Me persuading universities to pass along their student data to me. I mean, we did it in very professional ways, and it was all fully encrypted. And we had professional data scientists working with us, and it was all under contract. Everyone was employed. But it wasn't a very good look, me sneaking into places publicly. So while also running that business. So yeah, Zach kind of went on to do his own thing and turn that channel into like 120,000 subscribers in the next 18 months. But by then I was pretty sick and tired of my old business. So we decided to join forces. And yeah, I did actually try to persuade Zach to let me in on his old channel, but he wasn't that keen because of all like the memories that he built up
Yeah.
through it. So yeah, we just kind of started from scratch really, and yeah, it forced us to hustle, starting from zero, and that's what we did really.
Yeah, that business sounds really interesting.
Yeah. It was interesting. It was definitely very different, but it was quite corporate and quite boring by the end of it. To be honest,
I
kind
can
of
imagine.
pitched the software to kind of senior leadership teams of universities around the UK. It got on my own, losing money. Yeah, it got pretty tiresome, especially when we started losing money.
Yeah, I can imagine. And YouTube is like something more fun, but still it has like the staying up late and all that stuff.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So, like, how do you come up with your video ideas? Because, like, who comes up with like selling alpacas to the sidemen and like testing pet-friendly shops with alpacas? Like, how do you come up with your ideas?
Um, it's a good question, and to be honest, I actually have no idea. We've just always got ideas bubbling away, really, and we come up with ideas a lot quicker than we can execute on them. So the ideas kind of usually always growing. I still think we could do a much better job of coming up with ideas and brainstorming and being a bit more technical with it, because yeah, it's like we come up with great ideas, in my opinion. Without much effort. So if we did put in a bit of effort, what other ideas could we come up with? But we've just not really gotten the habit of doing that from kind of a business point of view, which we should do.
Yeah, because like some of your current ideas, there's like a combination of good ones and like weird ones, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a good thing, I think, right? Weird
Yeah,
ideas.
it is. So like after you come up with the idea, you need to actually like make the idea. How has like quarantine affected how you and Zach make the videos?
It's a good question. I think when the coronavirus came, me and Zach tried to double down on a completely different strategy of creating what was called the Stuck Inside show, and it was smaller ideas. It was very formatted. There were 3 videos going out every single week, and that was all because we wanted to kind of be the nation's hub for entertainment, and people would be able to watch all of our stuff, even though while they were locked inside. But we realized that the internet got so noisy, and a lot of people just were kind of bored of looking at the screens. So it didn't actually. It had a we started getting 100,000 views instead of 300,000 views per video. Um, so it kind of didn't really work, to be honest, that strategy, and we ended up getting quite burnt out as a result. And then going back to the bigger ideas that we normally execute on. So yeah, we went on a kind of a rocky ride through the coronavirus, but I think now we're coming out of it in the UK. It's really like it's helping that we're coming out of it and we can do a lot more ideas really.
Yeah, and like I found you guys through the Stuck Inside show. It was a Zoom
Really?
call with the Judy Dench video.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like that one?
Yeah,
Good man. Yeah, it was fun to do that one.
I can imagine. Like I was thinking of recreating it, but I was like, no, I'm not.
You should give it a try, man. You never know who you'll get on.
Yeah, I should. Your most popular video is taking a fake model to top of London Fashion Week. And when I interviewed Max, he told me like what basically happened. Was there like anything behind the scenes that funny that happened that you guys didn't make it to the cut or something
Yeah,
like
that's another good question. The one thing that's quite funny is after the first day of shooting with Max, I didn't think that there was a good enough video involved with it. I just we didn't actually get that many paparazzi people taking photos of him. There was around probably 6 to 8 of them, and I just didn't think we caused a big enough scene. Yet the internet found it the funniest thing in the world, and now it's on like 23 million views or something crazy. So I didn't actually think it was a good enough video to release until we did release it, and it did so well, which is yeah, I suppose pretty. It shows me that I don't really know that much about the viral. Or you know, you can never predict the viral world. The viral world chooses.
yeah. Yeah, because I feel like something that happens, like the most unexpected videos, like do good. Like I did a video calling Peppa Pig, and it's like one of my most famous videos. And then like when there's a video that I really like and I think it's gonna do well, it just doesn't.
Yeah,
It's weird.
Don't worry, just keep going at it. That's what I'd say.
Yeah. Was there? You also did Paris Fashion Week, and this kind of like a question I wanted to ask. How did you take the concrete block to like London to Paris?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think we put it in the boot of a car, the trunk of a car, and yeah, I think we just put it in the back of someone's car and took it with us. But we ended up leaving it in Paris because it was literally a concrete block, and they're not very easy to transport them concrete blocks. So
I can imagine.
yeah, man. So yeah, we just put it in the back of a car and then took it to France, but then left it there next to a rubbish bin.
So like in your videos, you sometimes do kind of like crazy stuff. How did you like pull those stuff off?
With money helps. Like we hired Meghan Markle. That kind of was the fake Meghan
Yeah.
Markle. That wasn't cheap. So yeah, that helps. But I think just a bit of grit and determination to keep trying to push the boundaries for YouTube and for ourselves, really. So yeah, I think once we've set our sights on something, we get it done, or at least we try to get it done. Like the Meghan Markle one, we didn't actually kind of quote unquote work. We tried getting the newspapers to pick up the story, but no one would pick it up. So it kind of was a failure, but we still got a video out of it, which was good.
Yeah, and like it's something like when you think something's gonna like work out, like it just sometimes doesn't, and when you think something is not gonna work out, it does. It's just random.
Correct.
Like, so you guys did a lot of sneaking in videos. Have you ever like faked one of those videos or like any type of video?
We've definitely never faked a sneak in video. People always, I don't know. I think people, especially in the UK, like our core audience, know that we haven't really faked one, because I don't know. Like if we had tickets to those backstage and stuff, I don't know. Like there wouldn't be that much point in it. In my mind, and same with Zach, really. Like I don't even know if we would fake. Yeah, I don't even know if we could fake it. Like we wouldn't want to do it. It would take out all the joy in it. Like the reason why we're quite good at sneaking in videos is it's a lot of fun to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think if it wasn't fun, then we wouldn't do it, and if it wasn't real, then we wouldn't do it either.
Yeah, because definitely are a lot of people that fake them, and there's like only like 3 people, like including you guys, 3 other YouTubers, including you guys, who I think are like the only ones who can actually do these kind of like sneaking in videos well, like Eric and like Yes Theory, and obviously you guys. So it's kind of nice to see that they don't fake it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's definitely become popular on YouTube. I think we definitely to blame for some of that popularity, especially in the early days. But yeah, it's cool to see. It's always fun content. People are always at their end and the edge of the seat watching it. Yeah, it's cool.
What's your favorite video you guys have done? Like,
It's a good question. I like the videos where we kind of give back to charities in some way. They feel the most fulfilling videos. Um, but the most fun, Glastonbury slip and slide. I don't know if you've seen that one, but when we made a giant slip and slide in Glastonbury, that was a lot of fun to do. What else? Yeah, I'd say the Glastonbury slip and slide, and then the social good videos are ones that I've liked doing the most.
which is like your least favorite, or the one was like, should we do this? Should we not do this? Are we gonna get in serious trouble?
Paris Fashion Week, although it was quite fun being in another country, it was definitely it was one of the most stressful videos we've ever filmed, and that sucked a lot of the fun from it. People think like traveling and doing business and travel is um, is the dream job, but I kind of I don't like it when you've got to do a lot of work when you're traveling, because it kind of sucks the fun out of the city, and I feel like you see the different sides to a city, but you only see like a small percentage, a glimpse of it, and by the end of the work, you've kind of taken the joy out of the city a little bit, and that's what happened when in the Paris Fashion Week video. It was just so stressful that we couldn't really enjoy it, but it is quite funny to look back on how stressful it was, even though even though we got a video out of it, and it's done quite well, that video.
Yeah, I can imagine it was like kind of like difficult because Max's friend almost went to like French jail and just some
Yeah,
other stuff.
yeah, there was all sorts of craziness that happened. We were just really desperate to see it work, and we'd all traveled out, we'd all spent a lot of money, and yeah, it kind of didn't work again, but again, it worked well for the video, even if it didn't work in real life. Did you like
Yeah.
that video?
Yeah, it was good. I was like watching those videos and I really like that one.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. What's your favorite video on the Zach and Jay show?
It has to be one of the alpaca videos or the Judy Dench one.
Cool, man. Nice.
If you like had the opportunity to like collab with like one person, dead or alive, who would it be?
Wow, that's a tough one, especially dead. That's everyone in the world that's ever existed. Um, I'd love to like Elon Musk would be the Elon Musk. I think Elon Musk doing a video
Yeah,
collaboration with Elon Musk would be pretty cool.
yeah. I feel like I was watching a Colin Samir video and Mr. Beast also said Elon Musk. I feel like Elon Musk is a good person because he also is kind of like memes. He also kind of like a meme culture kind of. He posts a lot of memes on Twitter. So I think he'd be that good fit for YouTube. I don't know if it's just me.
Yeah, no, it would be it'd be very cool to get in. What about you? Is your dream collaboration?
It would probably also be Elon Musk for like a podcast. Or yeah, for like Elon Musk or someone.
If I ever do collaborate with him, I'll put him in touch with you.
Yes. That'd be great. So while we're talking about collabs, you guys have done a couple collabs, like Yes Theory and Nico. Which one is like your favorite one you guys have done? It can be like on their channels too.
Yes Theory's bus across America was probably actually one of my favorite videos I've ever filmed. I nearly got my only tattoo of my life at the end of it with a greyhound on my leg. But it was yeah, it was just we did the longest bus ride in America from Florida all the way to Seattle. It took about 4.5 days. But it was just you get to see so much of America. You saw like a lot of the people that swept under the rug of American society, where they're kind of at the bottom of the bottom, and they're traveling on the cheapest bus because they have to, and just connecting with those people, talking with those people was very worldly experience, I thought, and yeah, I thought I'd be exhausted throughout the whole thing, but I actually had so much energy throughout the whole thing because I guess the excitement of it all. But yeah, that was a great video, and Matt from Yes Theory was there. There was Tiddy, his little brother.
Yeah. Like in your videos, like how do you like find out about these stuff? Like how did you guys find out about the longest the bus ride, and like the race for like the cheese like on a steep hill. How do you guys find out all these like interesting places?
With the strange traditions, it kind of is just Google, to be honest, and especially now people send us the strange traditions that happen. So there's still like toe wrestling, which we haven't done, where people wrestle with the toes. There's like the hen racing competition where hens race. There's shin kicking where people kick stuff with the shin, and the one that wins, like the one that kicks the shin the hardest wins.
What?
There's, yeah, there's all sorts of crazy stuff, and then that's just in the UK, let alone Europe, let alone America. Um, so yeah, we kind of Google's a good friend, and so it's just people advising us with by sending us in their strange traditions that they've seen in their local area, perhaps.
Wow. Um, I imagine it helps because like your fans definitely like recommend you video ideas to like do, which can definitely help out a lot.
Yeah,
I imagine.
yeah, it does.
Where do you like see like Zach and Jay in like 5 years? Like,
It's a good question. I don't want to have to depend on YouTube in 5 years' time. I want to have enough, like, which takes us to the next question of like, how do we do that? By having our own businesses that kind of serve the audience that we've created in a positive way. But yeah, that's something which I'm kind of looking at the moment. Really, we're working on an online course to be one example of that. I had a phone call with someone today about potentially a supplement business, nootropics, like kind of brain health sort of things with supplements. So yeah, I have no idea what it is, but we don't want to have to rely on. At the moment, we're selling our time for money and getting in front of camera. We have to be a certain energy when I want to kind of make enough money that I don't have to do that, and that's just because I'm doing it because I want to do it.
yeah, and like if you have like businesses that kind of like also depend on your channel, kind of like merch, like if your channel dies, that will die along with it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I want to create business assets that outlive and
Mm-hmm.
surpass the Zach and Jay Show fans. I want people buying it when they've never heard of the Zach and Jay Show before. So yeah,
Kind of like seek discomfort merch. Like there's a lot of people that don't even have a clue who like yes theories and they still buy the merch.
yeah, exactly. But I don't actually. Like, I think they make a load of money from that, but for us, I still think there's better businesses out there than just
Yeah.
merchandise, which is annoying because I think we could do really well on merch, but I think we could do better on other things that I've just got a better business kind of numbers and metrics associated with it.
Yeah. So you mentioned the online course. Like, what can people expect from that online course?
Um, we were going to be doing on how to overcome fear and win in the 21st century. So how people can be more brave in the workplace or not in the workplace to benefit themselves, to live a richer life and live a more professional life. And now we're focusing in more on how to turn your passion into your reality and create, yeah, just create things with your passion. But to be honest, it's changed a fair bit recently, and we're just kind of we're still navigating exactly how it's going to go. But it is exciting. I think there's going to be there's yeah, I think it's going to impact a lot of people positively. So I'm excited to see it released.
Yeah, I can imagine it will impact a lot of people, and I feel like making a course on like how to like go like viral on YouTube. I feel like doing one of those courses isn't like good because there are like tons of other people that already have one, so like you have more competition there. Um, but yeah, this one is like for kind of like a bigger audience for not just like people who like YouTube. It can be for like anyone.
Yeah, that's the plan, man.
So where do you see YouTube in 5 years?
It's a good question. It's one that I've not actually thought about. I think about the medium of young people doing silly stuff on the internet. I think about that, and I always think there's going to be a platform that tells that story. I think TikTok's come in and it's super short form, and you've got YouTube Shorts. But I do think um, as long as kind of the attention span stays above a minute, like that, people will always want a platform to watch kind of longer form content. that are done by creators. So I do think that's kind of some points for its longevity. But I have been pretty amazed by TikTok and how quickly it's just come and blown up, and how much it's changed how content is consumed and created and thought about. Yeah, the stuff that you can do in 60 seconds just blows me away
Mm-hmm.
on TikTok. But then I think there's a lot. Yeah, it's not that there's not that many commercial opportunities in TikTok as of yet, and I think that'd be interesting to see where it goes. I think brands don't really know how to work with it just yet because they're not really on it themselves. Yeah, I think I'm interested in it though, man. It's cool. It's interesting. It's interesting. I think it's an interesting place to be.
Yeah, and TikTok gives tons of like new opportunities for different people because there's people who have gained like millions of followers just thanks to TikTok, which is like crazy.
Yeah. What do you think about YouTube? Where do you reckon that'll be in 5 years?
I think it will still be a thing, but like since YouTube has like stages, I feel like it's gonna be like in 5 years gonna be like more very big productions and like there's crazy ideas in the next 5 years. Well, it kind of already is crazy ideas, but like even bigger ideas like crews of people filming it, kind of like a movie, kind of like
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah, Mr. Beast has really massively inflated the level of ideas that you kind of need to win on YouTube. I think like he buys islands, and it's interesting because his level of production is pretty basic in terms of filming and even editing, but the size of his ideas are just absolutely humongous. So yeah, it's challenging to keep up with that. To be honest, he's definitely set the bar very high.
Yeah, and just because people are seeing Mr. Beast do it, they're like, "Oh, this is one of the biggest creators on the platform. We need like one up him." And it's just gonna get even like bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah, for real.
Like, so you guys have a newsletter. Why did you guys decide to start your newsletter?
Originally we wanted to kind of take people off YouTube, which is very algorithm dependent, and put them onto another platform which we can own more, which is email. But if I'm being honest, I don't think it's actually done that very well. We've got about 10,000 people signed up on the newsletter. We get like 50 to 60% open rates, which is really good. But yeah, it's a lot of work, to be honest. And I think if we put that headspace elsewhere, we probably get a bigger return on investment in venture building. So it only takes like an hour and a half a week, to be fair. And people do seem to like it. So I'm in kind of two minds about whether I want to be putting that time in to build it up. It doesn't grow that organically. It only grows when it's mentioned online or on our videos. But yeah, that's where it's at the moment, my man.
Yeah, I feel like there's only a certain people that like would actually like that. I personally like find it interesting. I'm subscribed to a couple of newsletters. But like the thing with that, not all of your audience is gonna like that, so it's kind of hard. Same with like everything you do. You can't please everyone, basically.
Yeah, I agree, man. You definitely can't.
Have you guys like tried to like? Would you like to start your own like separate channel and kind of do like? Is that something you would like to do, like a separate channel?
Me personally, like,
Yeah.
there's definitely stories I'd like to tell that kind of don't fit in the existing format of the Zach and Jay show, which are usually like big ideas, a lot of fun, a lot of energy. There's definitely stories I'd want to tell, but me personally, I don't think I've got the energy, to be honest, to be set up another channel. Like I said, there's definitely things that I'd like to share a light on or create around. But yeah, I don't really have any intention to set up my own channel, really. I can't edit or anything, so I'll have to hire an editor for it or partner an editor for it. And yeah, man, we're just focused on the Zach and Jay show at the moment. Me and Zach.
Yeah, I feel like it's more important to just like focus on the Zach and Jay show to grow it to its full potential instead of like throwing another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly, man.
So did Max did a video on this, where he kind of like stole the Zach and Jay show's play button. Did you guys ever get it back, or?
No, we never got it back. We never got it back. It's so annoying.
So does that fan still just have it in his room?
Yeah, that guy, Max sent it to someone, I think in Hong Kong or something like that. And
Julian or something.
Yeah, something like that. And we sent Max's, and then the guy just decided to keep it all. So this random kid, Julian in Hong Kong, has got 2 of UK YouTubers' play buttons, which is pretty random, pretty weird, but it kind of
Yeah. He's a very lucky person.
Yeah. He's got 2 pieces of YouTube memorabilia in his house.
Exactly, and like, if like, he has like 2 creators that like are been very popular recently. Like Max Fosh is like crazy, like running for mayor, and you guys obviously are like growing a lot. So I feel like you're very lucky to have those 2 specific creators.
Yeah, man. Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
So, do you have any advice for anyone who like wants to start YouTube? Or
I'm always very negative when people say how do I get into YouTube, because I think it's very fickle. It's very short lived. You're always competing based on consistency and based on quality of ideas. So it's really tough. The manpower required for editing and ideation and production is pretty ridiculous. But I do always think like there's always an opportunity if you're willing to show the world something that it needs to see or wants to see. We focus on evoking emotion. Like, how can you evoke emotion in your videos? I think TikTok and storytelling on TikTok is probably a great route, great starting route. That's if I was to start again, I'd probably start with TikTok. Even though it seems to be quite hard unless you're super attractive to take people from TikTok to YouTube or to Instagram. So yeah, I think, but that's probably an easier place to start where you don't need all the manpower editing and stuff like that. But yeah, focus on creating emotion with your content that makes people feel something. It doesn't really matter what they feel as long as they feel quite intensely.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that advice. And like for the very last question, if what like I kind of are your goals for this year, not counting like 1 million subscribers for Zach and Jay?
We've got an objective to make £100,000 from the online course, so that's a goal. I think have to set up a business by the end of the year is what we're looking to do as well. We're looking to do a content run in America where we go over to America and just do as many videos ideas as we can. So yeah, that's in there as well if we're legally allowed to travel, that is. So yeah, man, there's a few for you.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like we definitely can do the money and the course thing because it's like a thing that not only your audience will like. A lot of people are constantly like looking how do they turn like their like rebuilding cars, just as a random example, into a thing they can live out of. So yeah.
Yep, for real, man.
So anyways, thank you so much, Jamie, for coming on the podcast. This really means a lot. Is there anything you want to promote?
Anything that I want to promote? I think the online course would be cool to promote. The YouTube, yeah, the Instagram, the YouTube, yeah, those things, man.
Everything will be linked in the description, and when the course comes out, I'll update the description and add the link to the course. But anyways,
legend, thank you.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming on. This really means a lot. And yeah, I'll see you next episode of the Nicocast.